Right now, retail traders are panicking over Bittensor. The price is bleeding heavily, sitting right around that $165 to $175 mark. While people are staring at the red candles, they are completely missing what's happening on-chain. We have centralized artificial intelligence giants getting their models extracted by competitors, while TAO is seeing explosive developer adoption, massive revenue jumps, and a huge supply lockup. Today, we are looking at the raw weekly charts. We have a very dangerous liquidity trap ahead, and a specific technical pattern that could drag us down to $140 before any real bounce. I'm going to show you exactly how I'm playing this, my exact loading zones, and why my long-term thesis remains completely untouched. Let us establish the baseline. We are currently trading in a tight, heavy zone. The sentiment out there is terrible. People see TAO dropping from its highs and assume the crypto artificial intelligence narrative is dead. But as a position trader, I focus on high time frames. I tune out the daily noise. This video matters right now because we are at a critical junction where market structure meets network fundamentals. We have a clear divergence. The price looks incredibly weak, but the actual network utilization is completely contradicting the chart. There is a reason for this. It is about liquidity, leverage, and a market that is actively trying to shake out weak hands before the next major leg up. But to understand why these technical levels matter so much, we have to look at the catalysts driving the network right now. If you saw the news recently, Anthropic publicly stated they suffered industrial-scale distillation attacks. Labs like DeepSeek and Moonshot created over 24,000 fraudulent accounts to extract Claude's capabilities. That right there is the exact vulnerability of centralized, closed-source artificial intelligence. The Open Tensor Foundation responded perfectly. They pointed out that when you build in public, you do not get stolen from, you get built upon. Bittensor relies on mathematically rigorous objective functions and proof of useful work. It is an open, permissionless system. The data proves this model is working. The foundation is currently validating on 104 out of the 128 subnets. They hold a healthy 7.4% dominance, with over 580,000 TAO delegated from nearly 11,000 nominators. That shows active, decentralized health. Now, here's the real metric that caught my attention. 68% of the entire TAO supply is staked. That's 7.32 million tokens removed from liquid circulation, earning a base yield around 6 to 7%. Capital is aggressively rotating inside the ecosystem. We are seeing massive inflows into specific subnets showing product-market fit, with some isolated gains hitting 99 or even 163%. People are positioning for the agent economy. They are gaining exposure to decentralized GPU compute on subnet 39 with Basilic, trustless micropayments on subnet 58, and specialized coding agents on subnet 62. The infrastructure is maturing rapidly alongside it. Platforms like Shoots are allowing developers to deploy open-source models instantly using trusted execution environments. This means hardware-enforced privacy where GPU operators cannot access your data. The demand is undeniable. OpenClaw package downloads just crossed 3.5 million, and Shoots saw their daily revenue jump nearly 80%, from roughly $12,000 to $22,000. Real, measurable revenue. Now, let us get into the weekly chart. This is the core of my strategy. Look at the macro trend. I anchored the Fibonacci retracement from the December 2024 peak of $750 all the way down to the October 2025 low of $140. TAO recently tested that $140 zone again over the last 3 weeks. Price is currently trapped inside a massive descending channel. You can see the orange dotted lines right there on the screen. We are hovering dangerously close to the lower boundary of this channel. To make matters heavier, we are trading well below both the 21 and 55 exponential moving averages, the red and purple lines, which act as dynamic resistance. The closest structural resistance is sitting around $250, right at the middle of that descending channel. If you look down at the Fibonacci RSI below the price action, it is completely oversold, still pointing to the downside.
The momentum has not shifted yet. Based on order book heat maps, price just moved into a dense liquidity band between $160 and $170. There is significant resting leverage here. As traders say, liquidity tends to be consumed, not defended. The highest probability scenario right now is a continuation within this band, potentially probing down toward $155 to flush out those longs before any sustainable reversal attempt.
For short-term traders, the invalidation level is straightforward. A weekly candle close below this descending channel completely invalidates the current setup. But that is not my personal approach. I'm playing the long game here. My green load zone, where I'm accumulating my long-term bag, stretches from $190 all the way down to $120. I'm perfectly comfortable absorbing this volatility. Let us talk portfolio strategy. TAO represents about 3% of my total crypto portfolio. I keep my heavy allocation, roughly 65%, in Bitcoin and Ethereum, with 10% in Solana, and the rest spread across select altcoins. That structure protects my capital. If we look at the macro environment, Bitcoin is showing real weakness right now in that $60,000 to $65,000 region. Honestly, if Bitcoin breaks below $60,000, it'll be incredibly hard for Bittensor to avoid visiting that $120 region. I'm prepared for that. But if we do hold in reverse, I have strict take-profit targets mapped out at the key Fibonacci levels. Those green circle targets on the chart are clear. I'm taking profits at $280, which aligns with the 236 Fibonacci level. Then $370 at the 382, followed by $500, $750, $1,100, and $1,700. My risk management is strict. I use a trailing stop to the upside. If we hit the first target, my stop loss moves to my entry price. If we hit the second target, the stop loss moves up to target 1. I compound the yield and protect capital. Also, remember that wrapped TAO paired with wrapped Ethereum on Uniswap is paying an 82% yield right now, which is a massive way to generate passive returns while we wait for this chart to mature. If you want faster daily updates and trade setups, make sure to join my free Telegram group. The link is pinned in the comments below. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and be sure to watch my previous video on TAO, where I break down the hedge short strategy I have been running. Remember, none of this is financial advice, just my own market analysis. Thanks for watching, stay patient, manage your risk, and I'll catch you soon in the next one.